I know you've been working your butt off, but what if there's something that's stopping you and holding you back from achieving your goals? What if that thing is like stuck energy from our past that's trapped in our body? Because, like, there's no pill for that. But thankfully, we've got Bernette Sherman here to show us how to get our mojo back with somatic therapy. Burning out? Well, blame your mind, BS. Let's turn it around and make burnout the catalyst for your dream life.
You have the power to rewrite your story and completely change your life. You can't create or destroy energy, but you can transmute it, you can change it. And so when I think of, healing and using somatic energy to do that, somatic energy healing to do that, I think it's very powerful, especially when you do it in combination with rewriting your story.
So, how would I know if I need this? How do I know if I've got stuff from my past that's holding me back?
One of the ways you can tell is you can feel it. Like this when you get triggered by something. When someone says, "Oh, that's a trigger," why is that a trigger? If after doing something with someone or doing an activity or thinking about doing an activity, you suddenly feel like, oh my God, this heaviness, or there's some resistance, anger, fear, this emotion bubbles up that you might not be able to identify where it came from. It's probably a locked memory that is triggering some kind of feeling or emotion that it could be masked as something else, but for some reason you've got this and you don't want to do it. Like,
Yeah, I've definitely experienced that for sure. And then I ended up procrastinating or, just avoiding trying to do the thing that is just a little bit scary, right? And outside my comfort zone. And so I convinced myself through my stories that, oh, I don't actually need to do it, or maybe I'll just go do this other thing. So once you recognize it,
mhm.
what's the next step? How do I get over that block so I can continue to move forward in my goals?
So you can, I think, and this is the way I've done it for myself and the way I write about it in the book coming out next year, is a lot of times it's rooted in adverse childhood experiences. And that's kind of um, one of the frameworks that you can use, is looking at all of your ACEs. Did these things happen? And then doing a check-in with your body when you think about this ACE, this adverse childhood experience. Where do you feel it? Because when we think about something, we feel it somewhere in our body, which means that's where the energy is stuck. And you can do affirmations, you can do movement, you can even, like, full body exercising releases energy at a like full scale level. So if you've got a lot of things going on, go work out, pick up some weights, um, exercise, jumping jacks, even, like, while thinking about, like, removing and releasing, discharging, reintegrating all of that energy.
Yeah,
But
and you use exercise a lot in your practice, right? In fact, you weave those two together pretty much seamlessly. So tell us a little bit more about that and how you help people to move through these blockages.
absolutely. So I exercise was how I would say I unlocked myself to go to the next level. Like, a year ago, I was almost 40 pounds heavier. And I started my wellness journey, but I was in a position where, you know how you have this resistance. And I literally told someone 2 weeks before I started my wellness journey that I don't like going to the gym and I don't like working out. 2 weeks later, I was at the gym with the membership and a trainer, and I was doing it. And part of it, it's a multiple process. It's not like just one thing and you flip that switch and everything is magically done. But you have to pull different levers. And you know, for me, that Love Me journal was one of the key things. It has haikus that I wrote, and I realized as I was putting the journal together, I was like just putting it together. I was like, I need to finally publish these. I'd written them, and I'd revisit them. But I was really revisiting them. I was designing them. So I was constantly reading them and like thinking on them, like, and it started shifting my energy because it's a book of like healing your past and telling your younger self um, affirmations, and the younger self saying, love me. And it was like, it was only after the fact I was like, I think I just, just unlocked something. And then the healing continued when I was in the gym. And you're literally, and I brought away, you're touching iron, which is very grounding. You're touching iron, you're sweating, you're releasing toxins, you're releasing and moving energy, you're breathing deeply. You don't even think about that, but you're constantly breathing deeply to go through exercises properly. And so you're really engaging your entire body. There's always, when you're doing thoughtful exercise, you're also engaging your mind. You have to have the mind body connection. And so it's this combination where you almost can't help but have a somatic energy release because you're doing a mind and body connection. And if you also have a spiritual component, you will know that it comes in with it. You will know that. So exercise for me it's seamlessly integrated. And you can check in like, I'm dealing with this right now. You can feel your body. Where is this at? Today I think I want to do a little bit more on my chest. I really want to open this up. And you can do that. You can choose exercises, wingspans, and you can do chest presses and things that are really going to open up that heart chakra if that's where you've got some energy lodged. And all of them, all of your chakras can be healed, not I don't say healed, but can be balanced or cleared, and then the energy locked in other systems can be cleared as well.
Wow, that sounds so incredibly powerful. And I just want to share that my company is called Mind BS to talk about those limiting beliefs you're talking about. But the other side of it, it stands for mind, body, soul. And so that mind, body, soul linkage that you were just talking about,
Mhm.
I love the way you mentioned, where's my sad? That's not something we ever ask ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Like, where am I feeling that? And you have linked that into an exercise in that area. I think that is so cool and such an easy way to use that sort of mind body connection, which is the definition of somatic, to move
Mhm.
that energy in a completely different way.
And it's
That's
something everyone can do. Well, I
right.
shouldn't say everyone, something most people can
Yes,
do.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so the other side of that, so now you've got this stuff moving out, but you're also talking about like your self connection, right? Your connection with that inner child,
Mhm.
loving and parenting that inner child. That creates self-love so
Mhm.
much more powerfully than, I was just looking in the mirror and going, okay, I love you, me, and trying not to look at my flaws, right? That's how I started. But what you're talking about is hugely powerful. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how your Love Me journal helps you to do that?
So I'll actually pull it off the shelf. And I'm just going to flip to a random page and just read one. Interesting. It says, my worn stories beg for your kind, curious ear so they can be freed.
Wow.
And then you would just write whatever comes to your heart, your spirit around that. Like we all have these worn stories. And sometimes we just want to be heard. And by being heard, we can be liberated from them. We have
Yes.
the opportunity to rewrite them. And part of what I've done, and I realize I've done in a lot of my books, is rewrite elements of my own story into something better than it was. Or, if there was something that didn't go as I wanted, in my books, they go as I wanted. And it kind of, that rewriting rewrites my own story because I can see the alternative version. And so that kind of heals that inner child of, oh, she is good enough. She does have her magic. She has her mojo. Maybe she didn't have it then, but look what she grew up to be, like she has it now. It's interesting. I was recently, just this month, I was working with a woman who had a lot of trauma from her upbringing, which is not unusual. And we didn't do a workout session. We did just general somatic release with breathing, touching. And I'm a energy healer as well. So I do this combination of things. What I noticed is she wanted to deal with it without, having to deal with everything. But you don't know exactly where things are going to release from.
Mm.
When and what's in your subconscious mind and what's in your conscious mind aren't necessarily the same. Your subconscious might say, I want to deal with these things now. And your conscious mind is saying, we're not talking about dealing with, or we don't even want to know that. But I found that that's what came up, right? Because our subconscious is extremely powerful. Our subconscious is often driving our sympathetic nervous system, it's driving our autonomic nervous system, right? And so unless you are consciously saying, I refuse to deal with that, your subconscious is going to come up. Mm-hmm. And we released a lot of anger, resentment about things that had happened. She called me, I guess, the following week, and I think we talked for over an hour. Oh. Just about she was like, now I'm ready to do all this stuff. It was funny because she was like, I know I just have to say all this stuff that I'm ready to do. And she was had been wanting to actually start working out. And she's like, I think I'm ready to do that now. I think I'm ready to pursue this other project. And we don't realize how much blockage we might have and how much it affects other areas of our lives until it's gone sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I suddenly have the energy to do X, Y, and Z. It's pretty amazing. Ooh. And that, to me, that's the win, is you move from here to here. And my hands are going from in front of you, this small space, to being much more open and available to what is out there for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So in your title, you wrote, not achieving your goals, try this. Tell me what this is.
So I would say try moving. Try moving. And we'll keep it simple. Walk. If you can walk in the woods, take a walk in the woods. Take a walk somewhere in nature, outdoors. The reason is, there's so many reasons, but aside from the general health benefits of walking, especially for women, aside from that, when you walk in the woods, you also do what is this natural eye movement, EMDR, and it actually reprograms the brain and helps with trauma and stress release, right? So you're walking, you're getting that benefit, but you're also moving your whole body if you swing your arms some as well. A lot of people walk with their arms just straight down. I walked I'm using my arms when I walk. And it's not like you're walking at a fast pace. Even if you're walking slow, move your arms, keep your chest upright, keep your spine upright, use your legs, and move that energy. You will feel better. You will be releasing things without even trying.
Love that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I've
you get
noticed.
health benefits.
And you get the health benefits, right?
And you get the health benefits.
It's the whole picture, right? It's your body as a whole. It's not just psychology and biology. They're all part of you. And I love that. And I have seen that firsthand. My forest is my happy place. And so, yeah, I cannot go a day without going outside and being in nature. And when I go into the mind, body, soul connection, I notice that the soul part is nature. So connecting with nature is the soul part. You're moving and you've got the body part. And what I love about what you're doing, because some of the people come to me and be like, I took the walk, but I just, was thinking about that fight I just had with my partner and blah, blah, you know what I mean? And so you have taken that mind piece. And if you're thinking about being in nature and, having your shoulders back and your arms moving, your mind is shut down and focused on your body. So
Yes.
you have created that perfect mind, body, soul connection in that example. So that is amazing.
Oh, thank you. I think you're doing some pretty cool stuff, by the way. But yeah, I think if we can connect those things, because none of them exist in a vacuum, and you know that, then you can move energy. You can do a lot of things when it's all connected.
Okay. So say I've just listened to this video. I want to get started today. What should I do today other than take a walk?
Go to my website. Go to my website. My main website is BernetteSherman.com. So my first name and last name. If you are a woman in midlife, you can go to that Shero, SHERO life.com. And I've got, the next book I've got coming out is Menopause Mojo. And that is, helping women get their mojo back in menopause frame without living in the gym, endless cardio, or starving yourself. And right?
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yes. I want that. I want my mojo back without having to starve myself. Yes, please.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to put all of Bernette's links in the description so that you can grab them. But in the meantime, Bernette, you have a free gift for people. Tell me about that.
So yeah, if you go to my website, thatsherolife.com, there is a link for free stuff. And it's like free dash stuff after that. But you can get my download for moving during those menopause years. And it's a free guide, has the exercises in it, has nutritional information in it, but it gives you something you can apply immediately to start feeling better in your body. And because it is full body movements included, you'll automatically get the somatic energy released. You'll get some healing. Yes.
Nothing like being able to lose a couple pounds and get some psychological healing at the same time, right?
There's nothing like it. Let me tell you, last year when I started this journey and I was going through perimenopause, mood swings, some depression, confusion, brain fog, like all the things. I just knew I wanted to lose some weight. Like that was really what I was like, this other stuff I can't do anything about it because it's just my age, right? I had no idea that I would lose weight and eliminate like 90% of my perimenopausal symptoms.
Wow.
And feel amazing. Like, I was like, what is this? And I got to share this with other women because this is awesome.
Okay, you've inspired me. I'm going to get myself to the gym because I need those perimenopausal symptoms to abate as well. Yes, please.
It's great, actually. It's great.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much, Bernette, for being here with us today and sharing with us all of this great insight into how to get that stuck energy out of our body so that we can achieve our goals and get our mojo back. And so before we sign off today, is there any last message you want to give to our audience?
Yes. Whatever you want to achieve, you absolutely can when you line up your body, your mind, and your spirit.
Love that. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, everyone.
What if self-care wasn't a dirty word? Hit subscribe and we'll see if we can make that happen. I hide from my manager so that I get a great performance review because I know good employees are hard to find.